Hey, what's up guys? Welcome to another exciting design tutorial with UX Meet. Auto layout has been always a challenging problem for the beginners. I have seen lots of people, lots of questions from the people that from the beginner designers especially, that they feel auto layout is very complicated and difficult to understand. But today we are going to make the auto layout very simple, and I'll try to explain what is auto layout in very simple and easiest approach, and how we can use the auto layout to make the responsive elements basically. And we can quickly take a look at quick shortcuts for the auto layout, right? So basically auto layout is a layout in a frame which can be arranged automatically and with a precise or in a definitive approach, right? If you go without an auto layout, then you have full freedom. You can place your elements wherever you want in the frame, within the frame, outside the frame. But when you have an auto layout to the frame, then everything would be in the defined and fixed approach, right? So when you select the entire frame, and you can hit auto layout from here, or you may hit shift A to add an auto layout. Now when you add an auto layout, it basically adds an auto layout to the frame, and it automatically takes the paddings, vertically and horizontal paddings directions automatically based on the selected objects. Now when we select or when we create a auto layout, basically what are the things which we can adjust is, first of all, we can change the direction of the auto layout. So when we say direction, it is basically the alignment of the objects within the auto layout frame. So when we change the direction, it will allow us to define if it is a vertical or a horizontal or a wrap. In case of wrap, when we scale it down, it basically automatically pushes down the elements, and when if there is available width, then it automatically fits the entire canvas. Let's set it default to the vertical layout, right? And now let's try to adjust the spacing. So let's have 20 in each size, and also 20 between the elements. Now you can see we have 20 as spacing in all directions, but as we have defined a fixed width frame, that's why it is not completely aligned with the objects within the frame. So make this frame automatically adopt to the size of the internal internal contents. What we can do is basically we can double click on any of the edge. It automatically sets the property to hug content. So when let's say if I have scale it down manually, then it sets it to the fixed, and then you can then change the width of the frame manually from here, or you can change it by dragging the handles, or you can make it hug content from here as well. But that again, to save some time, you can simply click on any of the edge where you want to make it a hug content on the height or on the width, right? And when you want to do a fill container, it is basically the child of the auto layout will take the available width. So in that case, you may use option button, and then you have to select the object which you want to make a fill container. Hold the option button and double click on any of the edge. Now it will change the width of the selected frame or object to the fill container. Now when we resize this card, it automatically adapts to the width of the parent. So this is how we create the responsive elements. Now let's do the same for these text and the paragraph layers. I'll hold option button here and double click here, so it will set the width to the fill container, and when I resize the parent, it will automatically resize the internal text, right? So this way we can basically create the responsive auto layouts very quickly. And as I said, you don't have to be worry about the alignments, the spacings, the margins. It is automatically it is automatically as per the definition you have given here. You may change the alignment direction as well. You can have a center align auto layout where everything would be aligned to the center, and now you'd be seeing why I'm not seeing any change here, because we have set this to a fill width. So if we do it hug content, then it will automatically hug the content which it has, and then based on the alignment of the parent auto layout, it has automatically set the alignment of the internal objects. So when you can basically choose in which direction you want, right? So let's keep it by default for now, and let's make it fill. Now next thing or a next good thing about auto layout is basically you can select the entire auto layout frame and adjust the spacings within the elements, or from the padding from any direction, just by clicking and dragging these handles here, which basically allows you to easily and quickly change the spacings and the sizes without even going and changing these from here. You may hit option button and then click anywhere on these, and then you can change it for the both sides, just by defining a value. For example, I'll say 40, then it will change it for the top and bottom. Let me just undo this, and if I hold simply if I click without holding anything, then it will change the alignment for a single direction, right? You can also what we say, like in the if you want to edit it for the all sides, then you can hold shift, and basically you can resize the entire auto layout frame just by dragging it from any side or any edge of the frame. So this way you can resize the entire frame just by holding the shift button. And if you resize it without holding a shift button, then it will just resize the direction where you have where you are resizing manually. Now let me set it back to the hug content. Now if we want to edit the paddings from all the directions, let's say I want to edit the padding for all 4 directions, then what you can do is you can basically hold shift and option button, and then click anywhere, and then you can just set it to whatever, let's say 40, then it will add the 40 as the padding in all the directions. Now you would be seeing my text is clipped here, and I want to show the you would be seeing this ellipsis here, right? Now if I resize this, sorry, this has to be a fill container, and now when I resize, you can see this ellipsis is always at the end of the text, and you would be noticing how we have did it, and when my entire text is visible, we are not seeing that ellipsis property. So to do that, what you have to do is you have to select your text layer, and then go to more details of the text property, and then you can see truncate text. When you define truncate text as none, then it doesn't clip your content and it doesn't truncate it. But if you click here in the truncate text in the auto layout, then it will automatically truncate your text if available space is less than the required space for your text layers. Now let's say you want to set the spacing between the objects automatically, and to fit the available area, then what you can do is you can basically double click here, and it will automatically set the spacing of the between the elements as packed. And now you'd be seeing we have this as fill container. That's why we are not seeing any space between these objects. And what if I change it to the hug content? I'll simply double click here, and now you can notice the space between these elements is defined as auto. Now if we double click here again, then it will remove the auto, and it will set the spacing as per let's say 20 which we have defined here. But if I double click here, then it will set the spacing automatically based on available area. So if let's say I want to scale it down or scale it up, then it will automatically maintain that space between the elements just because we have defined it as an auto layout and with a auto space or wrapped, basically packed elements between, and now when you do this, it basically what we say, it basically gives you the CSS properties as well. When you go to the dev mode, it will give you CSS properties considering the flexbox as per your auto layout. Now if you just want to edit the paddings on both hand sides, then you can simply hit option button, and then I guess we already covered that. Alternatively, you can change it from the properties panel as well, but it is more handy to do it here only on the canvas, and especially when Figma has announced this new UI 3. Soon they would be publishing the new UI, and slowly they would be sharing it in a step-by-step approach. But soon you would be seeing a much cleaner and much simpler interface for Figma that would be much easier to use, and you would be primarily focusing on the designs rather than the complexity of the interface here. Now you'd be seeing if I want to align the auto layout in any other directions, then you can either click on these corners, or wherever the direction which you want. But alternatively, what you can do is you can select the frame, just click on this like the alignment option here, and simply hit either W, A, or S or D on the keyboard to define the direction of the alignment. If you want it as a center vertically, then you may hit V, and if you want center as horizontally, then you may hit H, and that will align your objects. You can notice this, I'm not clicking there, I'm just hitting my keyboard shortcuts, either W, A, S, D or V and H. That way I can align the auto layout very quickly using my keyboard shortcuts, right? You may also set the alignment stepwise, same way, click on the alignment widget, and then click the arrow keys, which basically cycle through the wherever you are. As of now, let's say I'm here, and I can just hit the arrow key down or up to define it stepwise in whichever direction I want, right? So these quick handy things basically help us to work with larger files and then do it very quickly. Now you'd be seeing I want the alignment to be center, but I want this to be always at top. So what we can do in this case is you may basically where we have that yes, you may do it as an absolute position, and set it at the top, and you can define the constraints as well. So let's say I want a left and right both constraints, and then that has to be aligned from the top. So now whenever I scale it up or down, this piece or this rectangle will always remain at its place, even if I'm moving it in this direction as well. So this way you can add more flexibility, or more freedom or more control to your auto layouts, and define the layouts as you want. I hope this is really going to be helpful to you guys to create these awesome responsive elements or designs very quickly using the auto layout. And soon when Figma will publish the new auto layout features step by step, then we'll be having one more video where we'll be talking about dedicatedly the new features which Figma has launched in the this 2024 config. And soon you'll be seeing all those auto layout options, AI features, and this new UI 3 in Figma very soon, very quickly. Till then, yes, keep watching, keep learning, keep designing.